Okay. Sorry, it took me a minute to get on. I was having technical difficulties. Um, if you see me looking down, it's on your notes. Well, my notes. Uh, this reading was about, it was Cancer season, about empathy and intuition. This reading focuses on Cancerian themes within the natal chart: empathy, intuition, psychic sensitivities, emotional intelligence, nurturing abilities, spiritual gifts, healing capacity, ancestral connections, dreams, emotional boundaries, and relationship sensitivity. Although there are no planets located in Cancer itself, Cancer rules the seventh house of relationships in this chart. Therefore, the moon, ruler of Cancer, becomes the most important planet when exploring emotional intelligence and intuitive gifts. Your moon is in Virgo in the fifth house. Your moon represents your emotional needs, intuition, empathy, receptivity, instincts, and psychic sensitivities. The moon in Virgo creates a highly observant empath. Unlike empaths who absorb emotion through overwhelming feelings, this placement absorbs information through noticing details. This is the empath who notices body language, tone changes, um, where did I just at? Sorry, tone changes, hidden tensions, emotional inconsistencies, and unspoken feelings. Many people overlook subtle cues. The moon rarely does. The intuitive process is analytical. The, the soul receives information through observation and pattern recognition. This placement often says something feels off long before evidence appears. Intuitive gifts of the moon in Virgo. Hold on one sec. Okay, Michael, you're a bit impatient, don't you think? Sorry about this. My son was chilled out until he just brought me his bubble machine. After this is all done, dude, no more. It's time to chillax. For real. No, you heard me. It's time to chillax. Let's go. Okay, sorry about that. Um, the gifts for Moon in Virgo: emotional pattern recognition, healing instincts, practical compassion, emotional discernment, strong gut reactions, psychic awareness through the body. The shadow side: overthinking feelings, self criticism, emotional worry, and difficulty relaxing. Life lesson: trust what is felt before attempting to analyze it. The next one that caught my eye was Sun conjunct Moon, Sun in Virgo in fifth house, and Moon in Virgo in fifth house. This is one of the most important emotional signatures in your chart. The conscious self and emotional self are working together. This creates emotional authenticity, strong instincts, self awareness, integrity, and emotional consistency. The soul is designed to trust its own inner guidance. When intuition speaks, it is often correct. The challenge is learning not to second guess the inner knowing. Cancer on the seventh house placement. Cancer governs in your chart relationships, partnerships, emotional bonding. Relationships become one of the major pathways through which emotional growth occurs. This placement often attracts people seeking comfort, state safety, understanding, healing, and instinctual nurtured. Instinctually feels nurtured. Many people feel emotionally understood almost immediately. Life lessons life lessons Compassion is not the same thing as carrying another person's burden. The ruler of Cancer is your moon in Virgo, fifth house. Since Cancer rules the relationship house, every important relationship activates the moon. Relationships become emotional teachers. Partner often mirror unhealed wounds, emotional strengths, hidden fears, and growth opportunities. The soul the soul evolves through emotional connection. Your next one that caught my eye was Neptune in Scorpio, the eighth house. This is one of the strongest psychic indicators in your chart. The eighth house governs mysticism, transformation, hidden knowledge, ancestral inheritance, spiritual investigation. Neptune dissolves boundaries between worlds. Possible manifestation. It's up there. The bubbles are up there for it. Um, Prophetic dreams, psychic impressions, strong intuitions, spirit communications. There's a hole in the top. Ancestral sensitivity and energy awareness. This placement frequently appears in a chart of healers, mystics, mediums, energy workers, and spiritual counselors. The challenge is maintaining energetic boundaries. Many emotions absorbed from others may actually not belong to you. Jupiter, Jupiter in Aries, 12th house. The 12th house governs spirit guides, dreams, karma. And then put that on how I had it. Spiritual dreams, karma, the unconscious, divine connection. Jupiter expands whatever it touches. In the 12th house, this often creates spiritual protection, guardian energy, divine timing, hidden blessings, strong faith. Many times throughout life, assistance appears unexpectedly. This placement often describes someone protected by unseen forces like ancestors or just spirit guides in general. Uh, Chiron in Aries, 12th house. Chiron reveals wounds that eventually become healing gifts. In the 12th house, the wound often involves isolation, feeling misunderstood, carrying pain privately, or hidden grief. The healing gift becomes compassion, wisdom, understanding suffering, emotional healing abilities. Many people feel safe discussing pain because they sense genuine understanding. Venus and Leo in the fourth house. The fourth house is the natural house of Cancer. The fourth house represents emotional foundations, home, family, and inner security. Venus here creates a loving heart center. Deep within there is a desire to create beauty, harmony, emotional safety, and warmth. This placement nurtures through affection and loyalty. Many people only see the strength. Fewer people see the tremendous tenderness underneath. The Northern Scorpio, seventh house. This placement suggests emotional evolution through intimacy. The soul is learning vulnerability, trust, emotional depth, and authentic connection. Relationships become catalysts for transformation. Every major emotional connection changes the person permanently. And then your Ceres in Taurus, second house. Ceres represents nurturing. Well, it's one of the aspects of Ceres, anyways. Uh, Taurus nurtures through stability. This placement nurtures by providing comfort, consistency, security, and practical support. People often feel grounded around this energy. This is the archetype of the provider and the protector. Mercury, Pluto signature. Mercury in Virgo, Pluto in Virgo. This is an emotional detective. Psychological perception becomes extremely strong. Abilities include reading between the lines, detecting motives, understanding emotional complexity, to see. Okay. Seeing hidden truths. Many times the mind knows something before the heart can explain it. The placement rarely accepts surface explanations. Taurus ascendant. The ascendant describes how energy enters life. Taurus rises, creates emotional steadiness. This placement acts like an energetic grounding rod. Even when emotion becomes intense, there is an instinct to stabilize. Others often feel calmer simply by being around this energy. Sun and Moon in the fifth house. The fifth house connects intuition, creativity, psychic information often arrives through art, music, writing, creativity, playfulness, and self expression. The heart becomes a spiritual channel. This placement frequently indicates emotional healing through creative expression. Okay. Uh, and then we got the eighth house and the 12th house bridge. Neptune in the eighth house, Jupiter in the 12th house, Chiron in the 12th house. This combination specifically increases intuitive capacity. The eighth house receives information from unseen sources. The 12th house connects to the collective consciousness and spirit. Together, they create dream sensitivities, psychic awareness, deep empathy, spiritual perception, healing gifts. This is one of the strongest intuitive signatures in the chart. And then to sum all that up real quick for you, when looking at this chart through the lens of empathy and intuition, the first thing that becomes clear is not that the chart of a dramatic empath, it is a chart of an observant empath. The emotional intelligence shown here is quiet, precise, and remarkably accurate. The moon in Virgo notices details most people miss. Rather than receiving information through overwhelming emotional floods, intuition arrives through observation, pattern recognition, body sensations, and subtle knowings. Cancer rules the relationship house, making emotional connection one of the primary paths of the soul's growth. Relationships are never casual experiences. Every meeting, partnership, an opportunity for healing, learning, and emotional evolution. There is a natural tendency to nurture, protect, and support others. The challenge is remembering the compassion does not require self sacrifice. Neptune in the eighth house often opens the gateway to spiritual awareness and psychic perception. This placement often produces an interest in mysteries, healing, ancestral symbolism, and hidden truths. It creates sensitivities to energy that others overlook. Jupiter and Chiron in the 12th house suggest a soul that possesses both deep wounds and deep healing abilities. Difficult experiences become the source of wisdom, pain becomes compassion, compassion becomes guidance. This chart repeatedly points towards a life path evolving, emotional understanding, intuitive insight, and healing others naturally. Sense safety and understanding their presence. Many people feel seen without needing to explain themselves. The deepest lesson in this chart is learning to trust intuition while maintaining healthy emotional boundaries. The gift is not simply feeling what others feel, the gift is understanding what those feelings mean and helping others navigate them. Ultimately, this chart describes someone capable of becoming a healer, guide, counselor, teacher, intuitive, or compassionate supporter of. I'll change it when I'm done, Bubba. Of others. The soul carries a rare combination of sensitivity and wisdom. The purpose is not to absorb the world's pain, but to bring understanding, healing, and clarity wherever that sensitivity is directed. The reoccurring message throughout this chart is simple: trust your intuition, honor your sensitivity, protect your energy. Your empathy is one of your greatest gifts, and your intuition is one of your most reliable guides. Quit bullying. Now, I told you I had some chart remediation for you. This is the chart remediation I have for you. The purpose of chart remediation is not to change who you are. The purpose is to work consciously with the strengths and challenges shown in your natal chart. This chart contains significant indicators of empathy, intuition, emotional intelligence, healing ability, and spiritual perception. The challenge is developing these gifts. The challenge is learning how to use them without becoming emotionally exhausted. Remediation for the moon in Virgo in the fifth house. The challenge is overthinking emotions, taking responsibility for others' problems, nervous system overload, self criticism, and difficulty trust and intuition. Keep an intuitive journal. Every time you have a strong feeling, a dream, a sudden knowing, or an emotional impression, write it down immediately. Do not analyze it, simply record it and review it monthly. This exercise trains the mind to trust the intuitive process. Virgo often doubts intuitive information until evidence appears. This practice helps build confidence in your own perception. Chart remediation for Cancer in the seventh house of relationships, well, ruling the seventh house of relationships. The challenge: absorbing emotions from partners and loved ones. Practical remediation: before helping someone, ask, "Is this mine to carry?" This single question can prevent emotional burnout. Cancer energy often mistakes compassion for responsibility. Healthy compassion allows people to carry their own lessons. Remediation for Neptune in the eighth house, psychic sensitivity. The challenge: difficulty distinguishing personal emotions from collective emotions. Practical remediation: create a daily energetic clearing practice. Simple methods: salt baths, shower visualizations, grounding walks, breath work, meditation. Ask yourself daily, what feelings belong to me? What feelings belong to somebody else? And what strengthens what do I do to strengthen my psychic boundary? And what can I do to strengthen my psychic boundaries? Remediation for Jupiter in the 12th house of spiritual connection. The challenge: ignoring spiritual guidance until the circumstance becomes difficult. Practical remediation: create a weekly solitude practice. Spend at least 30 minutes alone each week with whether it's prayer, meditation, journaling, reflection. You can reflect on your intuition journal or anything like that. You can do two in one, kind of get the double. Jupiter in the 12th grows stronger when silence is honored. This placement receives wisdom when external noise is reduced. Remediation for Chiron in the 12th house, the wounded healer. The challenge: believing pain must be carried alone. Remediation: share your story, whether through writing, teaching, counseling, spiritual work, or creative expression. Your healing accelerates when your wisdom becomes useful to others. Chiron heals through service and meaning. Remediation for Venus in the fourth house, emotional security. Challenge: giving emotional warmth to everybody except yourself. Create a physical sanctuary. Your home should contain comfort, beauty, peace, and personal meaning. Venus in the fourth replenishes itself through beautiful and emotional safe environments. Remediation for the North Node in Scorpio. This is their soul's growth. The challenge is avoiding vulnerability. Practical remediation: practice emotional honesty. Begin expressing needs, desires, fears, and boundaries without apology. Growth occurs whenever emotional truth is spoken. Remediation for Ceres and Taurus, nurturing energy. Challenge: overgiving. Practical remediation: apply your nurturing gifts to yourself first. Treat yourself with some patience and kindness that you offer others. Ask, if someone I love was experiencing this situation, how would I care for them? Then offer that same care to yourself. Remediation for Mercury and Pluto, the emotional detective. Overanalyzing people is your challenge. Practical remediation: trust your first impression. Your chart already sees deeply. You do not need to investigate endlessly. Observe, receive, and trust. The empath boundary practice. Every morning, place your hand over your heart and say, I can care without carrying. I can love without rescuing. I can help without absorbing. I honor my energy today. This simple practice helps restrain empathic patterns that lead to exhaustion. Intuitive development plan. Step 1, a dream journal. Keep a notebook beside the bed. Record dreams immediately upon awakening. Step 2, an intuitive journal. Track intuitive impressions. Step 3, body awareness. Notice when intuition appears physically. Example of like a stomach sensation, a chest pressure, goosebumps, sudden calm, sudden tension. The body is one of your strongest intuitive tools. Step 4, natural connection. Nature connection, sorry. Spend regular time outdoors. The Taurus, Virgo, and Cancer themes in the chart reconnect most easily through nature. Step 5, creative expression. Moon and Sun in the fifth house requires a creative outlet. Examples of writing, painting, music, crafting, storytelling. Creativity becomes a channel for emotional processing and intuitive development. Final soul message. The purpose of this chart is not to become more sensitive. You are already sensitive. The purpose is to become more skillful with your sensitivities. Your empathy is a gift. Your intuition is a gift. Your healing capacity is a gift. The goal is not to absorb the suffering of others. The goal is to understand it, honor it, and help transform it without losing yourself in the process. When healthy boundaries support your natural compassion, the highest expression of this chart emerges: a wise empath, a grounded intuitive, a compassionate healer, and a trusted guide. I hope that was a helpful reading. Let me know what you think, and I will send you a copy of the notes in the chart remediation. I think I put it all together. That way, you got a copy of it.